named this journal Prabuddha Bharat to manifest the spirit of our nation. He wanted to create an awakened India. Those who understand Bharat are aware that it is beyond just a political or territorial entity. Swami Vivekananda expressed this very boldly and proudly. He saw India as a cultural consciousness that has been living and breathing for centuries. An India that only emerges stronger after every challenge despite prediction to the contrary. Swami Vivekananda wanted to make India prabuddh or awaken. He wanted to awaken the self-belief that as a nation we can aspire for greatness. Friends, Swami Vivekananda had great compassion for the poor. He truly believed that poverty was at the root of every problem. Therefore, poverty had to be removed from the nation. He gave topmost importance to Daridra Narayan. From USA, Swami Vivekananda wrote many letters. I would like to refer to the letters he wrote to the Maharaja of Mysore and Swami Ramakrishnanand ji. In these letters, two clear thoughts emerge about Swamiji's approach to empowering the poor. First, he wanted empowerment to be taken to the poor if the poor themselves cannot easily go to the empowerment. Second, he said about India's poor, I quote, they are to be given ideas. Their eyes are to be opened to what is going on in the world around them, and then they will work out their own salvation. Unquote. This is the approach with which India is moving ahead today. If the poor cannot access banks, then banks must reach the poor. That is what the Jan Dhan Yojana did. If the poor cannot access insurance, then insurance must reach the poor. This is what the Jan Suraksha scheme did. If the poor cannot access healthcare, then we must take healthcare to the poor. This is what Ayushman Bharat scheme did. Roads, education, electricity, and internet connectivity are being taken to every corner of the country, especially to the poor. This is igniting aspirations among the poor. And it is these aspirations that are driving the growth of the country. Friends, Swami Vivekananda said, the remedy for brooding over it but thinking of strength. When we are thinking in terms of obstacles, we get buried in them. But when we think in terms of opportunities, we get the way to move forward. Take the COVID-19 global pandemic as an example. What did India do? It did not only see the problem and remain helpless. India focused on solutions. From producing PPE kits to becoming a pharmacy for the world, our country has gone from strength to strength. It has also become a source of support for the world during the crisis. India is at the forefront of developing COVID-19 vaccines. Just a few days ago, India had launched the world's largest vaccination drive. We are using this capacity to also help other nations. Friends, climate change is another obstacle that the whole world is facing. However, we did not only complain about the problem, we brought a solution in the form of the International Solar Alliance. We are also advocating greater use of renewable resources. This is the Prabuddha Bharat of Swami Vivekananda's vision being built. This is an India which is giving solution to the world's problem. Friends, Swami Vivekananda had big dreams for India because he had immense faith in India's youth. He saw India's youth as a powerhouse of skill and self-confidence. Give me 100 energetic youngsters and I shall transform India. He said, today we see this spirit in India's business leaders, sport persons, technocrats, professionals, educationalists, scientists, innovators, and so many others. They push boundaries and make the impossible into possible. But how to further encourage such a spirit among our youth? In his lecture on practical Vedanta, Swami Vivekananda brings out some deep insight. He talks about overcoming setbacks and to see them as a part of the learning curve. Second thing that must be instilled in people is to be fearless and to be full of self-belief. To be fearless is the lesson we learn from Swami Vivekananda's own life too. In whatever he did, he went ahead with self-belief. He was confident about himself. He was confident that he represented an ethos that is centuries old. Friends, the thought of Swami Vivekananda are eternal. And we must always remember, true immortality is to be achieved by creating something of value to the world. Something that will outlive ourselves. Our Puranic stories teach us something valuable. They teach us that those who chase immortality almost never got it. But those who had the goal of serving others almost always became immortal. As Swamiji himself said, only those live who live for others. This can also be seen in Swami Vivekananda's life. He did not go out to achieve anything for himself. His heart always beat for the poor of our country. His heart always beat for the motherland which was in chains. Friends, Swami Vivekananda did not see spiritual and economic progress are mutually exclusive. Most importantly, he was against the approach where people romanticize poverty. In his lectures about practical Vedanta, he says, and I quote, "The fictitious difference between religion and the life of the world must vanish, for the Vedanta teaches oneness," unquote. Swamiji was a spiritual giant, a highly elevated soul. Yet, he did not renounce the idea of economic progress for the poor. Swamiji was a sannyasi himself. He never sought for himself a single paisa of money, but he helped raise funds to build great institutions. These institutions have fought poverty and promoted innovation. Friends, there are several such treasures from Swami Vivekananda that guide us. Prabuddha Bharat has run for 125 years, spreading Swamiji's ideas. They have built upon his vision of educating the youth and awakening the nation. It has contributed significantly towards making Swami Vivekananda thought immortal. I wish Prabuddha Bharat the very best for their future endeavors. Thank you. Thank you very much.